It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The notorious Snapper Point south of Catherine Hill Bay could be fenced off to the public to avoid future drowning deaths. The Herald reports authorities are considering the idea following the latest rock fishing tragedy this week where a young father fell into a crevice and was washed out to sea. The idea is likely to be discussed during a planned meeting between community leaders, surf lifesavers and emergency services. The latest Australian office market report out today shows vacancy rates for prime office space in Newcastle are at an all-time low. Around 11,000 square metres of office space have come online in the CBD over the past 12 months, with more than 90% now occupied. Property Council of Australia Hunter Director Andrew Fletcher says it reflects the renewed optimism being shown in the city.
Since the Newcastle Urban Renewal Strategy was announced in December 2012, we've seen a real confidence return to the market. Now, vacancy rates for A-grade office space in the Newcastle CBD have crashed to less than 3%. In fact, they're sitting at 2.7%. That's unprecedented for Newcastle, and it's even lower than most capital cities around Australia.
Meanwhile, the latest figures show a shortfall of about 15,000 new homes in the Hunter as supply fails to meet growing demand. Lake Macquarie Police will be stepping up patrols in the next 2 weeks in a bid to lower the road toll. 27 people have died in crashes across the state so far this year, with Lake Macquarie identified as one of the main hotspots for fatalities. Police will be targeting speeding, occupant restraints and drug and alcohol testing. The Hunter region has been chosen as the international testing ground for a device which will help ambulance teams to rapidly diagnose stroke and other traumatic brain injuries. The Stroke Finder MD100, designed by Swedish firm Medfield Diagnostics, places the patient's head directly on the device and scans for any problems. Hunter Medical Research Institute Director Professor Michael Nielsen explains why the Hunter is the first international testing site.
Feels very good and natural that we are the first international partner because we have all different dimensions of the stroke treatment. Here we can take on at the highest level and the period in between, and also now rehabilitation. We have the full capacity in the stroke domain.
Regional Development Australia has teamed up with the New South Wales Government to develop a new initiative, Study Hunter, which could see Newcastle becoming an international student destination of choice. Study Hunter will incorporate a broad range of initiatives focused on raising the Hunter's profile internationally, providing up-to-date information about the region for international students looking to relocate, study and work. RDA Hunter CEO Todd Williams says they're using a variety of platforms internationally to appeal to students.
Social media and also website, and also going out through more traditional means, through university, TAFEs, RTOs, and it's another way of profiling the Hunter nationally and internationally as a place where things are happening. People are welcome. International students should be coming here, and not just for studying, but also being involved in our business networks and maybe staying after they've finished their degree or qualification.
Now with sport, Annabelle Regan.
The Newcastle Jets have received another blow as Argentinian striker Geronimo Newman has joined the exodus from the club. Newman and the Jets mutually agreed to terminate the final 18 months of his contract on Wednesday, lifting the number of departures to 9 since the transfer window opened on January 6. Jets coach Phil Stubbins maintains he can turn around the club's flagging fortunes by this time next year. He remains as coach after surviving a review of
review not only from myself, but more so the chairman, and going through everything that he needed to go through in terms of providing some insight and getting a good landscape of what the club was, decided to go in a way that he has.
Former Knights forward Danny Wicks has received clearance to join Parramatta on a 1-year deal. Wicks spent 18 months behind bars after pleading guilty to 3 counts of supplying drugs in 2011. And Knights utility back Sion Matautai is still waiting on the results of scans on his ankle after suffering an injury during the 3rd game of Newcastle-Auckland Nines campaign. Knights coach Rick Stone has dismissed reports he could miss the first 10 rounds of the season. That's sport. I'm Annabelle Regan.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 7.